Hello, everyone. I'm Frank Jernigan, and this is the weekly meeting of the Phrancko Sweater Knitters. I think we have a few people celebrating holiday parties, and so it's a few less people this week, but that's just fine. With that, let's greet everyone. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Maggie.
Hi.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Frank.
Hi, Lori. And hello, Ron. You're muted, so wave. So, Cindy, you were saying you had a question or a comment?
Yeah, no, I'm knitting a funny little gnome, like a mystery knit along,
Uh,
with Sarah Shire. And the increase that she called for was one that I had never heard of before. And she had a little short video of it, and it's a knit front and back, but it's a modification on a knit front and back. You know
oh,
how the knit front and back gives you like one knit stitch, and then this, when you knit into the back, it kind of looks like a little purl bump. It works
yeah.
really good for if you're doing it in ribbing, or you're going from ribbing to stockinette. But this is one where you knit into the front, like just like you would, and you still leave your stitch on your left hand needle, and then you go like you're going to knit in the back, but you don't knit into it, you just slip it off like that. So one half of it is knit and the other half is flipped, and it leaves a less obtrusive increase, and I'd never heard of it before. I'd never seen it.
Okay, I've never heard of that before either.
And so I was kind of like, whoa. I thought I had practiced all the different weird increases that were around. Ron, had you heard of that before?
This is a functional variation of the slipped lifted increase.
But it's not lifted because you actually knit that.
But you slip the other stitch,
You
which
slip the
would
other
be
part.
the stitch you picked up in later.
Right.
So rather than picking up into it in a later row by dropping down, it's already mounted on the needle because you slipped it in the round
Because you slipped it.
previous.
Yeah.
Oh, so it
Oh,
really
okay.
is
All right.
equivalent.
Yeah, so
It
structurally
produces,
equivalent to
yeah.
the slipped lifted increase.
Oh,
Yes, I did a video on the slipped lifted increase. That's
but
the video on the most invisible increase for body shaping or something like that.
mhm,
I'm
mhm.
sure that makes it an even smoother transition because you don't spend
it's
any time
it's
fiddling with the yarn in a
you're
later.
not, and trying to like figure out where to get it or where to pick it up. You're just working into that same stitch. Just knit it first and then slip it, and it was like, oh, that's really easy. So I'm gonna have to try it.
Well, you let us know how it goes.
I will learn something new every day.
That's right.
Lori, did your yarn come in?
They told me they were going to deliver it yesterday. The post office did, and it would be here by 8 o'clock. So at 8 o'clock last night, I looked again and it said it'll be there by 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, I
Mhm.
looked again and it said it'll be there Monday.
Oh
Oh.
no.
Oh,
So
oh
Oh,
no.
yeah, I guess it'll be here Monday. I don't have a whole lot of faith, but
Well, hopefully it's not lost or didn't fall off a truck. Because sometimes when they
yeah,
say that and they make it later and later, it's like, and then they'll finally say it's like, oh well, that's been returned, or it wasn't. We couldn't deliver it. It's like, you've
yeah,
been to my house a whole bunch of times. We're still here. We've been here for years and years.
yeah.
Um, you lost the package somewhere,
I hope that's
or
not
it
the
fell off,
case.
or it fell off the truck or something. But hopefully not.
Yeah.
Maybe they just got extra busy and they couldn't do it right then.
I expect that's the case. He delivered the mail really late, like at 7 or 7:30 or something.
Mhm.
And it was a new carrier because he apparently couldn't find the mailbox, so he laid the mail
Uh,
on the that sort of half wall I have on my porch. So I'm
Oh.
hoping it was just that it was a new carrier and he ran out of time or something.
Yeah, hopefully
So
they'll get
maybe
that
next week
figured
I'll have a
out.
swatch to show you all.
Yes, yes. Our funniest delivery one was we live in a log house, and the entrance is on the front, on the right hand side of the house as you drive up. But what they did is then they parked on the other side by the garage. They ran around the side of the house, which there's no walkway or anything, the side of the house, and then they threw the package over the fence into the backyard by the blueberries. And I'm like, how does this look like where packages are supposed to be delivered? The front, we have lights and a handrail and everything, and it's like,
Oh my
what,
gosh.
you ran around the back of the house and threw it over the fence? Oh,
Oh
Isn't
my
it
God.
crazy?
it was crazy.
How did you
Fortunately,
find it?
well, we were looking around, and Jerry does walk out the back that way because that's where the shop is, where he works on the cars. And it said it was delivered, and it's like, this is really weird. We're on a little tiny road. There's only 3 houses. We checked. No, it didn't come to any of them. What's the deal? And then he walks back, and it's like, oh, there's this package here.
Oh my
and, and
gosh.
and it's like they just threw it over the fence. It's like, great. But it wasn't breakable. We were okay. We were okay.
Man,
You never know. You never know.
isn't that the truth?
Mhm.
So have you lived there a long time, Lori?
Yes, well, I've been here about 6 years, so probably long enough that they could have figured it out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, long enough they can find it, right?
Yeah. And I'll say I usually don't have trouble. I order a lot of yarn online and I usually don't have any trouble. So I just wish it hadn't been this particular package. I was so eager to get it.
Yeah, this particular order.
Yeah. Yeah, I really wanted that yarn.
Hmm. It sounds really nice.
Yeah, and I'm just eager to get started, you know?
And we're
And I
eager
can't do
for you to
anything.
start.
Uh,
And we're eager for you to start.
yeah, I'm anxious to get it going.
You've done all your measurements except for the gauge?
I have. Yeah, I've got them all entered and everything, so
Uh-huh.
just waiting for that.
Were you able to, did you go far enough to check the schematic to make sure the measurements are all correct?
I didn't do that. I will though.
You can do that on the website and then go back and put in the yarn uh, gauge, or you put in to get that far you need to put in a gauge, but you can guess some gauge and then
Guess a gauge, yeah.
and
Yeah.
the gauge won't affect the measurements on the schematic, so you'll be able to see if you've got those measurements the way you want.
Okay, I'll do that.
And then there's a button that says make changes, and you can click that and then click the yarn gauge button, change gauge, or I forget what it
Mhm.
says,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
go back and enter the correct gauge measurements before you.
Okay. I do have written down, I made a sweater recently that fit me just exactly right, which is really rare for that to
Oh.
happen. And I do have written down, I measured the heck out of that thing and
Yeah,
I've got all that written down.
A great way
Mhm.
to check the
It is.
measurements.
Yeah.
And you don't have to put your actual measurements if they don't turn out in the schematic the way you want. You can just lie to it and say, my arm's a different circumference, or my neck is a different circumference, or something to make it fit.
To get
Ron
what you
does that a
want on the
lot.
schematic.
Ron does that a
Yeah.
lot.
I
Ron
do.
lies a lot.
I love it.
Lies to the computer.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Don't worry about the back width gauge. I mean, the back width measurement. Don't worry about that. That's calculated from your upper chest circumference. So, and it's nobody knows what that should be. There's so many different ways to measure the back width. Do you measure from the tops of the button of the bones, or the inside of the bones, or outside of the bone, or the outer arm?
Mhm. Mhm.
So where the ends of that is measured to is different depending on who's doing it, I guess.
So you let
So
that one
anyway, the
rely on
pattern
the,
figures that all out for you, and
okay.
it will just vary as it needs to as you change your upper chest measurement.
Okay. The only measurement I'm a little bit iffy about is the neck measurement. I want
Uh-huh.
it to be pretty wide, but I don't want it to be, too wide. So
Yeah.
I think I added 4 inches to my neck
Well, you do want to
circumference.
check that and see if when you add check neck circumference, it mostly goes into the width of the neck.
And is
So,
it different on a
Four
V-neck?
inches might be a bunch. Yeah.
I wanted to run that by you all. I wondered if that was a lot.
if
How
what?
much,
Yeah,
how
4
much
inches
do
does seem.
you increase your neck, Ron, to make it more open?
I think, am I muted? No. I think when I made the cheated scoop neck for my mother, I think I added 2 inches.
That was kind of what I thought, that it was about 1 or 2 inches that you'd changed it, not a huge amount.
I'll look at that carefully then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, just eager to get on my way.
Yeah, I encourage people to study all of the measurements on the schematic before you purchase it, because you can change any of them to make it whatever you want.
Okay.
And even after, if you find you have something wrong, you just send me an email and I'll change it after the fact. But it's easier and better if you can do it for yourself.
Right. Right. Yeah, you don't want everybody doing that. You'd have a
Well,
full-time job.
there are not that many people, trust me. Maybe if I marketed more, there'd be more people who were knitting the sweater pattern, but it's
Found
mostly
it
us, I
through.
think. So
Yeah.
what?
I was watching the Suzanne Bryant eye tag
Oh yeah.
videos, and that's how I ran across you.
Me too.
Mhm.
Me too.
What are you knitting on, Maggie?
The vest.
Oh, yay! Good.
I'm doing a vest, but it's in pieces and bottom up. So because it's really cold here and not so I need a vest too.
Oh, if I'd known that, I could have given you the right to knit the Phrancko vest.
That's what Cindy told me, but
I
I don't
said,
want to
it's
do
like
it.
top to
I don't want to
front.
do it top down. I want to do it
Oh,
bottom up.
well, there's a reason
Yeah.
not to do that then. Yes. It's a
Right.
perfectly valid reason. I accept that.
I told Cindy I'm going to try a new plan of only work on 2 projects at a time and
Oh, wow.
and see how that goes. Maybe I'll have more time for thinking about other stuff. So we'll see.
I finished 2 sweaters last week for my grandson, and I found that that left me with probably 4 projects that I'm actively working on.
Uh-huh.
And I'm ashamed to admit that that wasn't enough. It made me nervous, and I cast on a new something new. It wasn't enough to keep me entertained.
Yeah, so that's how I've been. But then I end up not really accomplishing anything because I rip it out and start over, rip it out, start over. So
Yeah,
maybe 2 at a time will work out better.
that's great. If you can do that, that's wonderful.
Debbie, how many projects do you run at a time?
I try to do one at a time, but it depends what's going on. I always have some socks on the side that I can just, like when I get a little frustrated with a sweater, I can do a sock in a
Mhm.
couple of nights, and
Oh,
but I try to focus on one.
uh-huh.
That's great.
What about you, Ron?
I only ever have 1 or 2 in any
Uh-huh.
given room of my house,
Uh,
and
but
then a
then,
few at the shop.
uh-huh. But
Yeah.
I am trying to figure out if swatching counts. Would swatching count,
Yeah, see,
Cindy?
many of them I think like here's a swatch in progress. Camera
Oh, that's
my
a pretty one, though. That looks nice.
Yeah.
It is very pretty. It feels so nice.
What
Is that
is
the
that?
mohair?
Yeah, this is
The
two
double strand.
strands 2 strands of Cowgirl Blues mohair
Uh-huh.
together. And as soon as I get around to it, I'm going to make a 3-strand one to see if the math checks out.
Uh-huh.
Um, so from what I've been working on is a way to figure out like what needle I need to move to holding 2 strands together and what gauge I could expect to get a similar drape. And it seems to me that if you divide the single strand stitch gauge by the square root of 2, that's the stitch number over the same amount of space that would give you approximately the same drape. So that's like this is the single stranded swatch knit on a little tiny needle. And this is the double swatch knit on it's pulling because it's all full of tails. But the fabrics do feel quite similar and the math is working out. So I'm going to see if you get the same thing by knitting 3 strands with a gauge of the single gauge divided by the square root of 3.
Well,
What? How did you come up with that formula? Did
Yeah, I
you
was
derive it
thinking it's
mathematically or you just guess?
Well, okay, so I was thinking that when you add another strand of yarn, what you're adding, like you've doubled the width of you've doubled the amount of yarn,
Yeah.
but that doesn't double the size of the swatch because of the difference between, um, making things like square inches versus linear inches.
Yeah.
So, it doubles the area of the cross section of the strand of yarn you're using, but that's only going to change the size of the swatch by a factor of 1.41, whatever,
Oh,
because that's the square root of 2. To get it double in size, you would need to quadruple the strands of yarn you're using.
yes.
So,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah, just as a way to give myself a starting point. If I know I like this drape, this fabric, single stranded, what's a starting point so I can guess my needle size to put 2 strands of yarn together? And I don't know why I started thinking about this. I think I just wasn't sleeping one night and my brain was like, let's think about math. And oh, yeah, and you were working on your marled swatches, and we had been talking about holding mohair with something. So it all just kind of came together.
I
And
see.
I'm doing an experiment for my own amusement rather than for any practical purpose.
That's nice what you have on.
Oh, yes. Thank you. This is one of my favorite pieces, because it is quote unquote cold here. Um,
What, down to 85?
no, it's 58.
Oh,
Um,
oh, so that is cold for you.
yeah.
we get winter, and then it makes the Thule fog come in. We get incredibly thick fog, like you're driving in a little white room at night, fog. So that's what we get for when we get a white Christmas, but it's fog. But it is cool enough for me to wear my knitwear places. But this is
Oh, that's
nice.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
what's that one?
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I
with the transitions between.
yeah, very nice.
I'm going to Disney with my mother this coming week for fun. And now that I'm done, I've got the Christmas Carol open and I can take a break. But maybe she'll bring her own and then we can be matchy.
She would like that.
And get some photos. And then I can get off her back with any of it. Do you wear any of this? I've never seen you in any of these sweaters. I wear them. Are you sure? Because I don't know.
Ron, that's one that you knit where you actually knit the collar and stuff as part of it, right? When you were
Yes.
knitting it.
With my half-baked notes of how I did that.
I know. I'm still slightly bitter about that.
The notes are half-baked.
Like, come on, Ron, I want to know how to do it.
You just do the thing, right?
But I don't know the thing.
Oh yeah. No. The structure of it starts with a very long strip of garter stitch, not very long. It's a strip of garter stitch that's as wide as the stitches that would be cast on between the back shoulders.
Mhm.
And then when the time comes to cast on the back shoulders, you pick that up across. So
Okay.
it's like a very long garter tab,
Hmm.
and then add it to the front. I think the thing that stymied me was explaining in a clear and concise way which side of the garter stitch you should be looking at when you've got your provisionally cast
Oh,
garter
that
stitch.
is
Like
confusing.
starting a garter tab shawl is sometimes
Mhm.
well, this will just be a weird lump right here in the middle of my shawl and no one will know.
And sometimes it is, isn't it?
But with or like you cast it on and just let those cast on stitches hang out there and they're thick and lumpy and no one knows. But
Mhm.
with a garment, you don't want that to be the case. You want to
Right.
properly, so
Mhm.
like, okay, it needs to be on the right hand side and you need to be looking at the wrong side of garter stitch.
Mhm.
So I wrote myself 3 diagrams and then got sick to my stomach.
And then when you're going down the front and whatever, did you do short rows in there to match the garter up with your pattern or not?
No, it is knit. Well, the stitch pattern itself is, I don't know,
There we go. Now we can see it more with that
yeah,
stuff.
the
Yeah.
lighter color.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
every fourth row is a knit and purl. So it's
Okay.
very broken ribbing,
Mhm.
um, which eats up some of the vertical length. And just a matter of the first time I blocked it, I over blocked it. It's a non-superwash yarn,
Mhm.
and over blocking it kept it to the same length. It doesn't draw in, and it's quite
Right.
long. So there's quite a bit of weight
Mhm.
pulling it down. So no, I didn't do any short row compensation, but if you had a springier yarn, you might want to.
Well, if you had a springer yarn and if you were just doing stockinette, you probably
Yeah,
would have to. Yeah.
yeah,
But
like
since you're
every fifth
doing
row
that
would
little texture pattern a little bit, it probably compensates for it.
sound
It
good.
really is pretty.
And no, I love this piece. But it does haunt me that I never finished that tutorial. I've got to say, okay, I'll make that one of my New Year resolutions. Return to that tutorial because I want to make another thing in this style. I,
Mhm.
I love the integrated. It's not much of a shawl collar, but it's an
Well,
integrated.
the integrated is nice that the collar and the band is all part of it. You're when you're done, you're done. And I like the open cardigan too. Kind of
And
thing.
it's
It's
got,
just
let me see, the neckline, it's quite dark, but it
mhm,
has the every third row
increase. Yeah.
pieces shape
Mhm.
the neckline. You can see those.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like it's a
Oh,
deeper V
Yeah.
that
So
yeah, and that to
the
do. Yeah.
the center section, I made the garter stitch section as wide as my shoulder. So the initial cast on, I used that number for this. And these aren't actually increases. The stitch pattern just moves over
Okay.
at that every third row rate,
Mhm.
shrinking the collar into the band.
Oh, that's cool.
So
So you
yeah, so
keep
there's
the
a
same
little
number.
bit of
You
folded
just switch it
collar.
from
Yep,
from the body to the band
to
or
the
from the band to the
bodies.
body.
Yeah,
So it does that. Yeah.
exactly. At the rate of
Cool.
I take one stitch in every third row and make it the body pattern. I love this piece, but a lot of things are easier said than done, aren't they?
Well,
But
but I think the thing is, a lot of things are easier done than said.
that is a big trade-off in doing.
It's really confusing sometimes of how do I articulate and say this clearly so that someone else can understand it. I'm
Right.
looking at it and doing it, and I know what I'm doing, but to tell somebody is hard.
Yeah. Just like, it's garter stitch. Make sure you're looking at the back of it. And If you're on the wrong
Uh,
side, you need to be knitting. Don't think you're going to purl it.
okay, okay.
Just pick it up.
I do remember when I first did something, really needed to practice my pearls because they were crappy. And I first heard somebody say, it's like, well, you can just, and I was going to do a little baby sweater that was garter stitch. And it was like, well, you can just purl the whole thing instead of knit it. And I'm like, what? I never would have guessed that.
I am.
And it's like, oh, it is the same. This is so weird. I never thought of that.
The famous and useful stitch pattern, reverse garter stitch.
And it was like, oh, okay.
Reverse garter stitch.
So I knit the whole baby sweater in pearl, and my pearl got a lot better, I will say, but because I practiced it more. But it was like, wow, I didn't know you could do that.
Do you suppose there will be people who see this video who don't understand why reverse garter stitch is a funny thing to say?
Okay, Frank, you can explain it.
Garter stitch is identical on both sides. So,
Right. It is.
so there is no difference.
Conventionally, all knit in flap.
Yes.
Right.
But if you do
But
all pearl, it
In
creates the
flat,
same kind of
it's the
fabric.
same. It's the same fabric. So it's like, hey.
Uh,
So if you need to practice pearls, you can do garter stitch in all pearl. If you need to practice knits, you do it in all knits.
mhm. If you want to do it in a round, you can work your thing inside out and roll till the cows
Yeah.
come home.
You could do that. Yeah.
So I've been working on getting my show open. It opened yesterday, which is great. And in that time, I've actually been working on my In Denial project. We're carrying it around with me, this sweater I'm working on for my, but to the tune of like 2 rows a day. But progress
Oh,
is
that's
progress.
something. 2 rows is 2 rows.
Yeah, then my mother says, "Are you working on my sweater?" And I'll say, "Show me a photo of you wearing your one of your other sweaters." Then I get in trouble. But as more of this fabric develops, I'm so pleased with it.
It is beautiful, but
gorgeous.
I
It
think
is.
you might be the only one that ever does that. Maybe Sumner, he does hard things, or Will. Will does really hard things too. Jenny could. The rest of us are like, it's beautiful, but I will never knit that.
I knew myself well enough that if I did the conventional like applied vertical rows with crochet, they would sit unfinished. Like, no, I'm not going back and chaining 30 chains up this. Probably more when it happens. But I've got the scary jellyfish.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I think I
you
could
like
tolerate all those
you like a
ends.
challenge.
Yeah.
and I can give it to my mother and you'd spoil.
Yes, and she
Spoiled
will
brat.
like that. She will like it.
Did you finish your sweater, Debbie? Your cable?
No, I've got both arms done, and I've now joined the front and the back. So, but
You're close.
it's a lot to go through that. I'm getting a little confused on some of the patterns, but
Oh, uh-huh.
Because there's quite a few different cables that you have to kind of hook up, right?
right. There's 6 sections, and they're
Oh
all
no.
different.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's hard.
What sweater is it?
It's the Aran sweater from Staghorn.
Okay. There's a pattern by Nora Gone called Morahan that she just came out with recently. And it was like that. You have the right front of the sweater, the back, and the left front, and there are 3 different charts, and they're huge. And so I used Knit Companion for each chart. I had to enlarge it and use the stitch slider, and it was complicated.
Yeah,
would knit on
I
that
got
and-
Knit Companion, and I took each section of the pattern and created a PDF form. So it goes in the order. And then I have all the different stitch counters on the side that I use, the row counters, sorry.
Yeah.
But
I love Knit Companion. I use it exclusively.
So what are you working on, Frank? That looked different than what.
Yes, I had to postpone finishing the other vest because I'm now committed to publishing a vest pattern that was not that one. And so
Oh, okay.
I started that one from uh, from a Phrancko sweater that was just a V-neck, the normal V-neck sweater. And then in order to make it publishable, I needed to be able to create the V-neck vest on the website so I can publish it in multiple sizes without spending a month doing math. Let the computer do the math, in other words. And so I generated the pattern, and I'm happy to say that Cindy and Sumner volunteered at my request to test knit the pattern from the website. And I am creating this vest.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And do I have the other yarn with me? Oh, I don't. It's going to have under the arms. See, I'm almost down to closing off the armholes.
Mhm.
Under the arms, there'll be a band of red stripes with a lot of pearl bumps in them. So I call this Pearl Bump Celebration. Normally we hide pearl bumps, and I
Right.
wanted to bring them out and say, no, they can also be beautiful.
Yeah,
So,
right,
They
right.
can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So is that a V-neck too, or was that more
yes,
of a round neck?
it's a V-neck. It looks like a round neck right now because I haven't put the ribbing on, but when I put the ribbing on, the V will be clearer. And also, this is very strange yarn. It's cotton linen, and I did a swatch, and I thought, this is going to stretch vertically a lot. So I let it dry with weight on it. And then when I took the gauge was 24 rows, 24 stitches in 4 inches and 24 rows in 4 inches. The stitches are
With it
actually
stretched
little
even.
squares because they
Oh,
stretched
wow.
vertically.
Oh,
And
Wow.
that means the V-neck right now looks like it's almost a curved line, but once it's stretched out, this will be much
It
deeper,
will be that way.
and it will turn into more of a V. At least I'm hoping that's true. That's what it's supposed to do.
So what's the mix on the fibers, Frank? What's the percent?
It's cotton linen. In fact, it's called Cotlin from
Oh, okay.
Knit Fix.
Knit Fix.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Let me get that. It is 70% Tanguis cotton and 30% linen. Well, I should spotlight, I guess. So there is you can't read that very well, can you?
no, we can see it.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And here is the swatch. I think I may have shown you this before when I was working out the stripes to do.
Oh,
I
yeah.
knitted this whole
Oh, yeah, you
thing.
showed us the different
yeah.
ones
Yeah.
of all the
Yeah.
stripes.
And I think I think which one is it? This one? This one is the one I've decided to put on the sweater underneath the arms. So
Oh,
it'll
that's
go
pretty.
across
Across the chest.
across the lower
That's
chest.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
Very good.
Very nice.
And see, there are lots of pearl bumps.
I like pearl bumps
Oh, yeah,
personally.
that is.
too.
That's interesting.
I have a shawl. that I'm very pleased with that used pearl bumps as a design element. I like it because it's simple, underutilized and approachable for beginners.
Yes.
Right.
That's true.
This
That's
is one of
okay.
the simplest sweaters to knit that I've done in ages. Partly because it's a
Is it?
vest and there are no sleeves, and then partly because there's the only real design element is changing color every now and then and doing pearls instead of knits at times and things like that. Yeah, so it's very simple. Uh, but the pattern is still evolving. I actually made a change to it this morning. Um, and Cindy has found a number of issues that I had made omissions. Like I forgot to tell the knitter to break yarn where it was appropriate to break yarn, and a few other things. So it's really helpful to have other people look at a pattern after you've written it. And that's what they're doing.
Well, the thing with the cotton, it's like linen doesn't have really any stretch in it at all. It doesn't linen doesn't sag, where cotton does quite a bit a lot of times.
Well, I
So
just
I'm
dropped the ball of
thinking,
yarn on the floor and it's tangled up in the wheel of the chair. I mean, so I can't
No.
even knit.
Uh,
Uh, well, I found this one did stretch quite a bit. So I don't know.
yeah,
The
so
linen didn't stop it.
it's
Only,
70-30, so
yeah,
it's
it's
kind of like they
30%
say
linen.
if
So
it's more than 50 of something, it's going to behave mostly like
that's right.
whatever it has the most. Yeah.
On the topic of pearl blips as a design element, there's this lovely book by Rosemary Drysdale about seed stitch.
Oh.
If you're not familiar with it, and there are some beautiful patterns incorporating like the nature of seed stitch being, offset uh as like color work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty.
Nice.
Lots of very cool, very interesting stitch patterns in this. So this is a very fun book for that.
What is the book again?
It is called Seed Stitch Beyond Knit One, Purl One.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I
So
love seed stitch. I think it's so pretty.
Yeah, me
it's
too. Yeah.
in terms of inspiration for if you're someone who loves seed stitch and doesn't find it a nightmare like many knitters, it's just like it's one of those things you go one way or the other. It's just like it's so fun and meditative, and I really get into it. And other people are like, "What's with all the purling? Why do I have to keep moving my needle?" But that I love this. I haven't made anything from it, but I love looking at it. I love, and I guess that the nature of like the pearl blippy is why I incorporated
Yeah.
the knit one pearl one into the marled transitions on this sweater, because it turns some of the marls forward, so you can see that top in the seed stitch, and yeah, in the knit one pearl one rows, to add a little flash of interest in the marled sections. I love it.
Just made a little sweater for my grandson that's a Gansey
Mm.
style. And my
yeah,
goodness, what you can do with pearl bumps. You know,
Yeah,
it's
right.
just lovely.
Yeah.
And you could knit naughty coded messages
Oh, you could.
in your choice of knit of like most Morse code or binary.
Guess that's true. Yeah.
There's a viral post that goes around every so often about knitting the code to the video game Doom. And there's like a running like technology video game joke about getting Doom to run on different devices. And so it's like, well, it's just ones and zeros. You could knit Doom. And someone calculated how big your scarf would be. That's like absurdly large. But yes,
Oh my
you
word.
absolutely can knit doom. I don't know what you would be able to run your scarf on, but machines read punch cards. Presumably they could read knitting.
That's right.
Yep.
Um,
There's somebody out there that could make that happen.
yes, that's an art installation for someone else to work on.
Yes.
Just credit the Phrancko Sweater knitters.
Yeah. Uh,
Whoa, Tim is sneaking around.
So what are you all
Ooh.
working on? I haven't seen much.
Oh, well, here's the back of this. It grew, Cindy,
Yes, it did. You've made quite a bit of progress.
but I switched to size 7. So it's just plain, but maybe I'll do the pearl thing on the fronts.
You
Oh,
could.
yeah.
You could, yeah.
And my second project I'm not going to talk about because I want to see if it works out first. Then I'll talk about it.
You're safe here, Maggie. Even if it doesn't work out, we will not judge.
But that vest is from this book here, from this ancient book I have, which I did make.
Oh.
I made this vest when I was
Oh.
35, which
Wow.
was a long time ago. So let me see if I can find the picture. This was a color work thing, and I did it in color work without carrying the floats. I'm a much better knitter now than when I was 35. But I'm using the cardigan, what do you call it? Cardigan gauge for the vest instead. So
Pattern 2-piece.
so it's kind of blousy, a little bit blousy.
What year was that book from?
1986.
Oh,
I was
thought it
going to
was
say
like
Gosh.
88.
1976.
Right, right. It's one of those books where they didn't credit the designers in those days.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It's sad.
Your work belongs to the publisher.
Yeah.
Cindy, what are you working on?
I am doing this funny little, I'm knitting a little gnome, and I shouldn't show it because it's a mystery knit along. And so some people, we're not supposed to show it because some people might not have knit it yet. So,
oh,
Well,
and
show
so
us the
it'll be,
vest.
Spoiler
and
alert.
then the vest. Yeah, spoiler alert. Hide your eyes if you're doing the mystery gnome knit along. But I'm here's the vest is huge.
Oh, that's right, that bulky
That's
yarn.
so
But
amazing.
it's that really super bulky, but
Yeah,
it's just right where I'm ready to start the ribbing.
yeah, very good.
But
well, the
Wow.
armholes shouldn't be too big, though they look huge. Why are they so big?
well, I did in order to get a pattern at this gauge, which is it's not even 7 stitches in 4 inches. I mean, this is not Frank's problem. I had to make it oversized.
Oh,
And so this is like how Ron would make it. This is an oversized did it because it's like, no, you can't do that. Choose a different size. And so I did it, but because I wanted to do with this. But I think it's going to be fun. And also, once you get in another couple inches all the way around, it will close it up some. But
Mhm.
yeah.
that's what I'm doing.
Is
So
that yarn
after
for weaving in ends?
Oh
Is
my
it
gosh.
difficult?
I don't know. I haven't done it yet, but I don't think so. It's going to be bad. It's merino, and so it's pretty soft, and it does let me grab here a little bit more. It does untwist fairly easily
Oh
like
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
And it's a 3-ply. And so what I have done before, um I was a spinner. I've spun a bunch. And if I need to make it a little more unobtrusive, I will.
Uh-oh. Uh, oh no.
Okay.
So I think it'll probably be fine. So
Mhm.
I
maybe
don't know
by
what just
next
happened.
week.
Everything just froze. It was my internet, I guess, because you all
Oh,
froze.
yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
So, Aunt Cindy, you had just said something like,
yeah. What I was saying is for when I have to weave in something that's a real thick yarn or something
yes.
where I'm worried that it's going to show, I split the plies. And this is a 3-ply yarn that untwists fairly easy. And so I'll split the plies and then I will weave the plies in separately on the back. So you don't get a real thick place where
Oh,
the yarn is so thick. You're just doing each one separate. And then
that's
that makes it
interesting. Yeah.
be flatter and stuff. And that was stuff I learned from spinning, of just kind of how to make the ends go in unobtrusively.
Nice.
Okay, so here's the spoiler for the. I'm just going to flash it up and then down. So it's a spoiler if you are doing the Sarah Shira Granddad's Grand Adventure Null Knit Along, and you have not knitted Clue 3 yet. Do not look. Here it is.
Oh,
It's a
here.
funny little hat with a little slip stitch pattern in it, and then it's going to come up and have a little pointy thing. So
Oh, is that
that's where we
cute?
are so far. But you don't even know what part you're knitting on or what it's going to be, and you
Really?
just chosen colors, and so it's fun. I've done a
You
couple
just
of gnomes with her before.
you just follow the instructions and you don't know
You
what
just
you're
follow the
making?
instructions. You don't know well, you know it's a gnome, but you don't know what it's going to look like at all.
Uh-huh.
And she's done this for quite a few years, and it's just fun. It's a fun community, and there's so little, and the clues are so tiny each time that it's not much knitting each day at all. So
Hmm.
it's
Oh,
pretty
a
easy to
clue
keep
every
up.
day? One comes every day?
Well, you get a little email thing or a little pattern release every day, but some days it's part of the story because there's this whole gnome community
Oh.
story. So there's stuff like that that's funny. And yesterday it was a recipe,
Oh.
and so again in keeping with the story and the thing. So there's that. But so it comes out to it's about every other day that it's a knitting clue.
Mhm.
But so that's what I'm doing. But it's just fun. It's just light. It's just little. So
Yeah. Have you guys done any other mystery knit-alongs like Stephen West? I've never done anything like that.
I never have.
No, I've never done one.
I think
I want to.
that shawl that Will showed last
Right,
week or the week before
was
was a mystery
it
knit-along.
right.
was yeah.
It was beautiful.
It was.
I
I take it
opened
back. I've done Casa Pincas with the one she does every summer. You familiar with that?
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, I've done that. I
uh-huh.
forgot.
So Ron,
This
you were
is
going to say,
I opened the shop with a mystery knit along.
Oh,
I published a shawl pattern in clues every week leading up to the grand opening of the shop. Like, well,
oh.
soft open,
oh, how fun!
our grand opening party was like everyone had their shawls. That was a lot of.
It's
that's a
cool.
neat idea.
Yeah.
Mm.
But since then, no. I don't think I'm built for it because I don't follow the pattern when I work on patterns. So I want to do something different, not knowing if that was going to ruin something later. And then I would have to, not that I would be doing that properly. I lack discipline in that way.
Well, I think you have creativity. We don't say lack discipline. We say that you have creative
That's very
intention.
diplomatic as well. There goes Tim sneaking around again.
Oh, what's Tim working on? Or is he actually having to work
I
since
don't know.
you're
He's hiding. I
doing?
don't know which way he went. I'll see if he comes back by. There he is. Tim, what are you working on?
It's not really worth showing off right now.
He says it's not worth showing off right now.
Well, maybe next week, Tim.
Yeah, I'll talk to him about his attitude.
So Frank, is this pattern that you're working on, is this for the next issue of Cast On?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
It's been
Yay.
accepted as a proposal for the next issue.
Very cool. Very cool.
I think you told us before, but the pullover you're wearing now, was that from Leading Men? As you got one of their speckled kits? Or
This was my own design that was published in
no,
Cat.
the yarn.
Oh, the yarn is from Cork, Ireland. It's called
Mm.
Hedgehog Fibers.
Hedgehog.
Like that stuff.
I was on a knitting tour that stopped off in Cork, and we visited the store for hedgehog fibers. And then we all searched through their bins and got yarns, and that's how I picked these up.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. How fun.
So Frank, what kind of, talking about neck measurements, what would you add to your neck circumference to get something similar to what you have on?
I don't add anything to it.
You don't? You just
No.
put the actual circumference
Yep,
in?
my actual circumference. Yeah, so
Okay.
you see it's not tight, but it is up to my neck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a
Okay.
standard crew
if
neck
the
fit
shoulders
is
aren't
what it
pulling
is. Yeah.
down, it's really right up to my neck. So
Okay.
it's pretty close.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Wonder if I can. I'm going to see if in this last 5 minutes I can look up that sweater I modified for my mother to see what the real answer is to how I modified it.
To see how much. Since we were talking about hedgehog fibers for just a minute, here's a couple of hedgehog fiber
Oh,
schemes
yeah.
that I have.
Pretty.
pretty. Yeah,
I love the colors.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Oh, yeah, those are
Very nice.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
This is Monarch, and this one is Phoenix.
Mm.
But I love the colors together.
Really
Just
pretty.
Mhm.
That's
really
beautiful.
fun.
Yeah.
They do beautiful work.
They really do,
And I love their yarn also, but
mhm,
Me
it's
too.
very nice.
unfortunately we uh I think I did several patterns using their yarn
Mhm.
years ago. And in the pandemic,
Nice.
we started having trouble importing from uh,
Oh, getting it.
overseas.
Yeah.
So we stopped using yarns that were not directly supported by
Mhm.
in the country.
Yeah. I think I got these from Kathy, but I'm not sure.
From who?
From Kathy.
Oh,
Yeah, these are the skinny singles. So
yeah.
this was from Sweet Meadow.
Oh,
Sweet
you
Meadow
can get them.
Knits.
You can get them, but
Mhm.
when
Yeah.
we publish a pattern, we need to get them from the actual manufacturer.
Right, from the manufacturer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Turns out I added 3 inches. Her actual neck measurement is 15. And on that faked scoop neck, I did 18.
Okay.
And it still fits on her, it doesn't leave the shoulders, and it gave more width. But now the scoop neck exists, so I don't know that I would do that again.
Mhm.
Okay. Good. 3 inches.
But yeah, 3 inches did not make her fall out of it from the top.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
and when
okay.
you do the star thing, do you make it bigger for that?
Well, that's part of why the neck is so deep,
Mm.
and then a little wider, so I can make quite a large
Mm.
neck band,
Mm-hmm.
about 1.5 inches probably.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But-
the other thing, Ron, I thought that you had said is that you didn't do the increases quite as fast. In a regular V-neck, it's like every other row. And I
Yes.
thought you were saying for some of yours, you're doing it like every
Every
third.
third, yeah. Instead of
Third,
doing
so
an
it's
increase on the front of each row, so it evens out to every other row on each side, I do the increases on both edges every third row.
Mhm.
So at the beginning and the end of the row, then 2 rows plain at the neck, 1 row.
okay. And so that will make a deeper V this way rather than more kind of like a regular one. It's almost like a 45-degree angle.
This one is
Yeah, yours is more
quite
steep.
deep.
Yeah.
But clearly, I hate things near my neck.
Do too. That's why I keep asking all these questions. It drives me really crazy. So
Well, but that's the really cool thing about the Phrancko, where you're doing it top down. You can just do that just little bit, try it on and see how it's going to fit, see what you like.
yeah.
And you can tell right away, not after it's like, oh, I've spent 6 weeks knitting this sweater and finally can try it on.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
the most I can say is that if you're within a 48 to 51 inch bust, you can lie about a 3-inch bigger neck and it won't fall off of you.
I think, is that coffee, Ron? I think I need a cup of coffee.
This is a very, very malty Scottish tea.
Oh,
Mm.
It's
sounds
very
delightful.
good. It is my favorite. It's released by Adagio Teas only on blue moons. They put it up for release during the night of the blue moon, and it's
Oh
called
my
Brigadoon.
goodness.
Um,
Did you ever do the musical Brigadoon?
I have never done Brigadoon, no,
Oh,
but
okay.
I've seen it.
I mean, just saying the word, it's like the music is going through my mind.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful malty, robust tea.
Well, I think that may be the final tip for the day.
But you can only get it in a blue moon, right?
Right. But
Yes,
all of the teas at Adagio are excellent. I recommend those. It's not a sponsored recommendation.
not sponsored. They could be. Contact
Yeah.
me. My email
Yeah.
address is. Okay. Well, it's really nice to see you all, and
Thank you.
Good to see
have
you
a
all.
great holiday if
More.
you're having a party next week and can't come or whatever. So we'll see you soon.
All right.
Okay.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Bye.
everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.